baby, listen to the speaker. No matter what, just say the word. Loving all I see.
Perswayable. What's going on, everybody? I hope you really enjoy the new update. Don't worry, I'm gonna have some videos coming out later this week. But today I wanted to talk about how I woke up this morning and I saw that Inori wrote an apology. So for those who don't know, Inori is the cheating clan that really likes to manipulate the upper tiers, and they're trying very hard right now to distort that and tell you otherwise. But anyway, so I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, like finally we're gonna get an apology. Like, this is cool. Like, we can move forward. I mean, my best friend in the game quit because of you, but we can move forward. I'm down for that. And then I read the apology letter, and it's probably one of the most garbage apology letters that I've ever read in my entire life. And I'm going to read it to you. I'm actually going to show it to you as well. And then we're going to dissect it. And then this is going to be the last video on this matter, because I actually prefer keeping my YouTube and the videos a little bit more positive. However, since this has become a public issue and the community has been outraged with their choices and decisions, I felt like I should give them the platform, read their letter, and then I'm going to dismantle their letter and tell you why it's a garbage letter. However, I feel like you all deserve to hear their side of the story. They did post it, but it went on Facebook. It didn't receive the attention because there was probably going to be a lot of flaming and stuff. Not on my end. I conduct myself a little bit more respectfully. But anyways, yeah. So let's get to their letter. So we're gonna read it in its entirety. I'm not going to disrupt the flow of it, and then we're gonna talk about it. So here we go. It's gonna be a little hard for you guys to see it, but hello everyone. We are here to publish this announcement as the behavior of Inori. In this announcement, we mainly want to apologize for the bad behavior in the game for our teammates. Besides that, we want to clarify some untrue slander that Persway said in YouTube. They couldn't even get past 2 sentences without trying to blame somebody else other than themselves. But anyways, let's keep going and then we'll get to this. At first, we want to share you the process of the information of this clan Inori. Inori was founded in August 12, 2018. When Inori was founded, our main members were already rank 6. We didn't come to the global server together. We teamed up like normal players, ranked, and then met a lot of survivor friends and hunter friends. So when we reached a rank 6, we decided to set up a clan to help other friends understand the game and train them so that they can quickly improve their game and skill. The main members are Inori. I can't read that. I can't read the second name. I can't read the third name. DS. Can't read the fourth name. Joker. Can't read the fifth name. I appreciate you, but we'll get back to these names. If I could pronounce them, I would. I don't know how to read Chinese. I apologize. And there are 235 members in Inori clan now. We are not going to fight anyone. We just like the time when everyone plays a game together, but now this peaceful life has been broken. Yeah, because you guys cheat. Anyways. Besides that, we want to apologize for the hurt that people received by this game due to the bad behavior of our clan. We know that recently because of the things our 2 members have done. Way more than 2. And we'll get to that. Inori and all Chineses have attracted a lot of hate. We'll get to that as well. We have to say what we done was wrong. No matter what kind of provocation, we'll get to that as well. This whole thing. We should not avenge our teammates in the rank game. We have already criticized them and punished them, and we promise that no such behavior will happen again. We apologize and be responsible for the wrong things that members did. Okay. Finally, we want to clarify some totally fake slander that Persway mentions in this video. Now, all of us 256 people, well, at first you said 235, now it's 256. Okay, people are being defied into cheating people. In fact, almost in all rank game, your mama and Persway teammates are our Inori members. 72 members are on the rank and survivor list now. We have won a lot of victory together. We are very curious. Why do Persway clearly know us but still think we are cheaters? We'll get to that. We don't think it's fair to suspect the whole Inori just based on 2 games. We'll get to that. What we want to say here is that we did not conduct any cheating in this game in addition to the revenge of our 2 players. Well, you just apologize for it. So you can't say you did it and apologize and then say you didn't. It makes no sense. People always like to believe what they are willing to believe and are not willing to check our record, see how many draws we have. We are not keen on the first. Most members give up playing games after reaching a tier 6, including myself. If we really want points, we won't stop ranking. Fair. Okay. For us, the points are not that important at all. Okay. When you draw, you can only get 1 point or 2 points. When you reach the legend rank, you usually have to wait for more than 20 minutes to make a rank. Perfectly true. We need 40 points to get a star, true, and 5 stars to get 1 level, true. So it is impossible to get a high rank by the B. If it is really possible to reach high rank by this way, give me 1 second. There we go. Why has the Chinese server never happened? I don't really know what they said about that. Do you really think that this ranking mechanism will have such a large loophole? We'll get to that. In fact, we didn't want to respond to this matter. You know, you probably were better off before you started blaming, but because of the thing we didn't do. Okay, so you're apologizing and you're saying you didn't do it. You're all over the place with this apology. This apology letter is written like a... Okay. Now, everyone has judgment and they can check the record. The record is in my videos and live feeds where they see you constantly doing this for weeks, but whatever. But the truth is that our members have been affected. Many people are treated maliciously and are warned in ranked game, even if they play games very seriously. Even if they play games they should play every game very seriously. They are still considered cheaters, insulted, and warned. Our members are very sad. They have not done anything wrong. We didn't explain for these 2 members, but T100 suddenly entered our Discord and talked privately about our members to join them. Some of the members were very angry and made this irrational behavior. I apologize again for these actions, but we swear not to cheat in the game. We don't want to say anything to Persway, but he thinks he will deliberately tell the hunter his position. This is entirely his own imagination. In fact, we'll get to this, there are so-called safety machines and dangerous machines in the game, and the high-level hunter is just a few people, and they know very well who is more easier to get down, so the hunters will first catch those who decipher the dangerous machines. I thank you for teaching me something that I've been teaching people for weeks and presuming I don't know and blaming me and my inexperience. However, I will get to this in the first video. For those people who have watched the video and to this post, go check the record and think about it. Okay? Don't stand by any side before you know the truth. I actually support that. That's why I'm giving you their side. You should always hear both sides of the argument. By the way, if the dev decided to ban our accounts, we can climb up the leaderboard, but I don't think they can find any other evidence to claim we cheat. Other evidence, which means that it's out other evidence, meaning that this is evidence, but they can't find other evidence. We'll get back to that. In the end, we apologize again, after pretty much pooping on everybody, for the fact that the 2 teammates are affecting other players. More than 2, we'll get to that. And we will solve these things well and not let these things happen again. Inori has never been built specifically for the Chinese. That's okay. We are willing to help any player learn the game and provide custom training. We are glad to be friends with anyone. Also, we are not afraid of any challenges. We hope everyone can progress together. Alright, so let's talk about this apology letter. And this is the last video. Alright, we're going to really dissect this really quickly. Alright, so first you started off with an apology and then two seconds later you wanted to say that what I posted was untrue. Okay, so here's the thing. Right here, you are referencing the main members. You're referencing DS. DS was the hunter who threw the match in the first game. So when you say two people, I only showed 2 videos that show 4 people. So you're already lying by saying that there's only 2 members. There's 4. Not to mention Eon, not to mention Went when they throw matches as well, but we'll leave that alone. All right, so we'll just leave that alone. We'll get back to this. Inori and all Chineses have attracted a lot of hate. Let me make this very clear. I have a lot of people who watch my stream, a lot of Chinese players who watch my stream. You do not represent the Chinese values. You may be Chinese, but you do not represent the Chinese values. You do not bring shame on the Chinese people. You bring shame on yourselves. Chinese people are not a bunch of goats that are all going to be categorized under the same thing because of your national origin or your ethnicity. You represent yourselves. You do not bring shame to the Chinese people. Chinese people have incredible values that you do not have. You represent you, and you represent Inori. Do not bring the entire Chinese into this, all right? Because it's not fair. And quite frankly, it's desperate of you to distract from the argument that your clan is a bunch of cheaters who have manipulated the leaderboards. And we'll get to that as well. But don't bring the whole Chinese into this. There are people on my YouTube channel So Chinese players saying you bring shame to the Chinese. No, they don't bring shame to the Chinese because they don't represent the Chinese. They represent themselves as selfish players. Let's not make this into a race or an ethnicity thing. That is absurd and is ludicrous. And don't drag this into a race or an ethnicity or national origin sort of argument because we are focused on Inori. We see this in psychology all the time where people try to deflect and bring in a different argument with some sort of rationalization under a neurotic mechanism through the psychoanalytical perspective. You're not gonna get away from that with me, okay? So don't bring the Chinese into this. You represent yourselves. You represent the Inori clan. One of the people that you just referenced is literally the hunter who was throwing matches. And let's further talk about Inori. How about we talk about 3 weeks ago when you guys invaded my live feed and you started insulting me and insulting Legacy? How about we talk about that? How about we talk about how the reason why the community is so outraged with you guys is because they've been watching my live feeds for 3 weeks. I have over 130 hours of recorded gameplay. And when we go into rank mode, you know what? I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to get back to that because that's a different argument. Okay. So, the fake slander that Persway mentions in his video. Now, all of us 256 people, you first said 235, now it's 256. Make up your number. All right, so now your argument is we've had victories together, right? And you are right. We have had victories together. Legacy and I have had victories with you guys, and Yo Mama and I have had victories with you guys. But you cannot say that because we've won some matches with you that you haven't deliberately cheated and manipulated the leaderboard. The evidence is there. I only showed 2 videos from 1 rank session. Imagine if I showed everything. All right? So you cannot just say, "Oh, well, we've won some matches, so it's okay that we throw some matches." No, they're not. They're mutually exclusive. I never said that we never won with you guys. I said that you guys have this deliberate thing that you do where you throw matches or you match dodge. And we'll get into the whole match dodge in which your entire clan does. Not just 1 or 2, not just 3 or 4 of you. And I hope you dispute this because I have literally over 30 hours of ranked gameplay of your clan dodging matches. So we'll get to that. All right, we'll get to that in the leaderboard. So you cannot say, "Hey, we've won some matches, so we don't do this." You do this. Although we do win some matches, you do this. And not only that, but even when we do win matches, sometimes you sacrifice yourself. So your hunter doesn't necessarily lose the match because you don't want hunters losing points right now. That's the reason why you're doing it. You want to protect DS's score, which is why DS, who you reference as the main member, was one of the people as the hunter in the first video doing this. He's on top of the leaderboard because he manipulates the leaderboard. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm not saying the Inori clan's not good. You're not going to see that in any of my footage or in any of my videos. But what I do say is you guys manipulate the leaderboards, you match dodge, and you do this over and over and over again. You've been doing this for weeks now, all right? Well, we'll get more into that even more. So just because I say that you guys match dodge and break and violate terms of service, which you readily admit that you do, and then you say you didn't, and then you apologize and say that you did do it, that doesn't mean that you're not good players. You are good players. In fact, since you are good players, you shouldn't have to do this stuff, all right? But don't pretend this is just 2 members. That's just absurd. And the video alone shows 4, and then we're not even talking about the match dodging yet. So what we want to say here is that we did not conduct any cheating in this game. Okay, so first you apologize for it, now you're saying you don't cheat. Okay, well, I can't keep up with you. You're just all over the place, all right? Let's see. For us, the points are not that important at all. When you draw, you can only get 1 point or 2 points. When you reach the legend rank, you usually have to wait for more than 20 minutes to make a rank. You're right. You need 40 points to get a star and 5 stars to get 1 level. So it is impossible to get a high rank by the tie. So he's saying his argument right here, okay, his argument is that you can't just consecutively tie in order to get to rank 6, which he's right. So what they do is they match dodge. What they do is they're on Discord, and this is why the community is outraged. I have over 150 to 200 people who have witnessed your clan doing this. Listen, this isn't just a Perswayable thing. I have a live feed where I put my rank matches on. Hundreds of people have been seeing you do this for weeks now, and they're fed up with you doing it. What they do is they're on Discord. They all know each other's profile pictures because there's only so few people in the legendary rank guides. We're talking 20 players, and they have 72. So you can really see how many of them dominate the top tiers. And what they do is they coordinate, and they try to make it so each of their matches are with their friends. So what they do is anyone who is outside of that realm, they'll try to match dodge them. And that's exactly why Legacy quit. And I hope they say that they don't do this, because I literally have 30 hours of footage of you guys doing this. 30 hours of ranked game play footage of you guys 6 dodges in a row. And what you do is you'll have one teammate dodge, then the second teammate dodge, then you'll have the hunter dodge. Oh, please tell me I'm lying. I will release the footage. It's on Fluxer. You can go check it for yourselves. You guys have been doing this for weeks. So it's not that you just throw matches. It's the fact that you have these hunter accounts, all right? Some of them with as low as 40% win rate, right? And you guys get into the same lobby with your friends. It's all recorded, guys. People have been seeing this for weeks. That's why people don't like what your clan is doing. And you know what? That is a good thing. It's a good thing that the community is looking at people who are so desperate in this game to cheat, so desperate in this game to gain points, that they're willing to match dodge. When it takes 20 minutes for a match, when you match dodge us 6 times in a row, sometimes we have to wait 45 minutes for one match because you and your friends want to be in the same match together. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It's just a game. And you guys take it way too seriously. More seriously than me, and I'm the one who has to make a response video to you. Alright. So, in fact, we didn't want to respond to this matter. You probably shouldn't have, because your apology is awful. Because of the things we didn't do. So quite literally, there's been hundreds of people who have been seeing more than 4 people do this for weeks now. Match dodging, throwing matches, all of that's why. Listen, go to my YouTube. Look at other high tier players like Mitness and Deathblade, and you're looking at people like J5 and all of these other players who are not part of Inori, who when I release my video, they're like, oh my god, we're seeing the same exact thing. This is not just one high-tier player. This is many high-tier players saying that this is reflective of your entire clan, because your entire clan, maybe not 235, maybe not 72, but the majority of them are doing it to the point where other people have taken notice. That's why so many people on the YouTube are like, I've seen this in high tiers. I've just never said anything before. What do you think? Now you're blaming us that we all have this conspiracy theory against you guys? No one's saying you guys are bad players. We're just saying that you're slime balls for doing this, because it's not fair. And when we have to wait 20 or 30 minutes for a match and we get match dodged 6 times in a row because you want to play with your friends and manipulate the leaderboards, we've literally had players quit, high tier players quit because of you. And you think it's okay. You think that's an okay thing to do. It's a terrible thing to do. And I understand it's just a video game, but when you are that toxic over something as small as a video game, it's really reflective of your individual lives. So don't pretend that this is 2 or 4 people. It's way more than that. We have hours and hours of gameplay footage. We have multiple high-tier players saying the same exact thing, and we're in legendary mode. We can't go in with 4 players. So you have multiple lobbies, multiple high tiers saying, yeah, they're doing it to me as well. So this is a problem with your clan. Don't try to dismiss it. And I'm very excited that the community has actually taken up arms and are actually saying you shouldn't be cheating. All right, we're going to finish this letter because I'm wasting way too much of my time and I'm running out of coffee. In fact, we didn't want to respond to the affected. Many people treat... All right, but the truth is that our members have been affected. Many people are treated maliciously and are warned in rank game, even if they play games very seriously. Even if they play games very seriously. Well, if you played games seriously all the time and didn't throw them, then people wouldn't be warning you in rank match. So for those who don't know, a lot of people have decided to start recording their games. And when they see Inori or any of their friends in a rank lobby with them, they say, I'm recording this gameplay just to let you know. That's not harassing anybody. That's not harassing you. That's telling you that if you cheat, we're going to let the devs know because you've gotten away with this for an entire season. And I actually advocate that. I hope you all record your games against these sorts of players who want to cheat and manipulate the leaderboards because they're so desperate. They're so desperate to maintain their dominance to the top. They're actually very good players. I play with them all the time. And it's a shame that such impeccable skill has to be downgraded by slime ballish actions. However, do not insult the Inori. I do not condone that in any shape or form, because then you're just like them. Be better than Inori. Do not maliciously attack them. Be polite and say, I'm recording this game just in case you decide to cheat. Don't be malicious. Don't Don't say anything mean to them. Don't bring up their ethnicity or their race, or don't say anything mean, because you're going to be just like them. If you go to my former YouTube, actually I had to delete some of the YouTube comments. You can see the way that some of their members conduct themselves. All right. Even if the play is very seriously, they are considered cheaters, insulted, and warned. You don't deserve the insult. You deserve to be warned. Your DS player represents your entire clan. He's attacked me twice now. This is the second time that your clan has attacked me. Before Inori was formed, you went to my live feed and you were match dodging me in Legacy. And if you tell me that Inori didn't do it, if you guys didn't do it, I will record that video and I will show all of your live feed comments. And I will put that on YouTube, showing that 3 weeks ago, your clan readily, before it was a clan, your friends readily admitted to match dodge in Legacy and I. Do you really want me to bring that up? Because you know exactly what I'm talking about. I have so much more footage that I can expose your clan. And you know I have it. And you know you went to my live feed with all of your friends. And you were bashing us on live feed, saying that you were match dodging us. This is the second incident, not the first. You guys have been match dodging and manipulating the scores for weeks now, not days, and it has been way more than 4 people. And even if it was theoretically 4 people, one of the people you mentioned as your main members is literally in the footage manipulating it. So that represents your clan. Let's finish this off. I'm running out of coffee, like I said. We didn't explain to these 2 members, but T100 suddenly entered our Discord and talked privately about our members to join them. Some of the other members were very angry and made this irrational behavior. I apologize again for their actions, but we swear not to cheat in the game. I'm not part of T100. Get that through your heads. I'm not part of T100. This whole argument between you and T100 doesn't give you the right to impact other high leaders' gameplay or high-ranking people's gameplay. I can't get the rank 6 because I have people like you throwing matches, and instead of getting 10 points for the win, I'm getting 1. I'm not going to reach tier 6 because I have cheaters like you manipulating the leaderboard, so I'm stuck at tier 5. We don't want to say anything to Persway, but he thinks he will deliberately tell the hunter his position. This is entirely his own imagination. In fact, there are so-called safety machines and dangerous machines in the game, and the high-level hunter is just a few people and know very well who is more easier to get down. So the hunters will first catch those who decipher the dangerous machines. So that's false. Actually, what you're doing is you're presuming that I don't know how to play the game. I understand that. Actually, I teach people this on live feed every single day. The dangerous cipher machines and the easy cipher machines on each match. You can check any of my live feeds. You can almost be guaranteed that I say in every single match. In the first video, which is DS, the second hunter on the leaderboard who got there through manipulation of points, although he is very skilled. He's the one. What he does is he hits his teammates and then he leaves them and he waits for the machine to wiggle because he knows his 2 teammates are over here, so he goes to the machine to where your mama and I are. You literally see this in the first video. I explain it. He had the thief down. He let the forward do his own thing. He saw the wiggling of the machine and he went after your mama. That's what I'm saying about you guys giving up our location. Whether you're on Discord and saying, hey, by the way, he's by Cypher 4 or whatever that means, I don't know. But through this manipulation, this is what you're doing. You cannot say that DS isn't doing it because it's literally recorded for thousands of people to see, and it's literally recorded that he lets his teammates go so he can find your mama and I first through the cipher machines. What's even more interesting is when your teammates allow you to hit them so you unlock your second skill faster, so then you can go after your mama because he kites the heck out of you. But anyways, we'll keep going. I digress. For those people who have watched the video in this post, go check the record and think about it. Don't stand by any side before you know the truth, blah, blah, blah. And I want to say one other thing, all right, because I'm done with this. This is the worst apology that I've ever read in my entire life. But I want you to see that you guys said that you apologize even though your members were provoked. Your members were theoretically provoked by a different clan. Your members weren't provoked by me. I don't talk to your members. In fact, I just removed them all from my friends list because I don't really want to associate with cheaters. So with that being said, I never provoked you guys. I've actually, if you go back to my recorded gameplay on Fluxer, again, hundreds of hours of gameplay, you will actually see me say very kind things about Joker, about Cura, about DS. In fact, every time I kite you guys and I make a video on it, which is on YouTube, I hide your identities. There's not one video of me kiting you where I say, hey, this is Cura, or hey, this is DS. I always say this is a top 10 hunter. I've had tremendous respect for you people, and by you people I mean the Inori clan. And furthermore, I have never disrespected you guys. So here's what's happening. You and T100 got into an argument, and then what happened there is that you thought that I was part of T100, and you started. You've been manipulating the game way before T100. Let's make that very clear with the match dodging. Hundreds of people have seen your clan match dodge. Hundreds of people. This is why people were so outraged by this. This isn't just made up. This isn't just hyperbolic. People have seen this over and over. And with that being said, I have said actually very polite things about you, DS, about you, Kira, about you, Joker, and it's very unfortunate that those weeks of me praising your gameplay has reached to the moment where Joker goes on YouTube and tries to defend the Inori's actions for targeting me, and DS wants to always try to say that he feels so bad for what he's done to me. This is the second. DS is a bully. That's what he is. This is the second time he's done this to me. And again, if you guys try to deny any of this, I am going to get the footage and I will re-put it up on YouTube. I will show hours and hours of your clan dodging matches from us in the high tiers. I will show it all, everything. I will show some of the other stuff that I've recorded of the same sort of gameplay with other members. I have no problem doing it. And one last thing, you telling the devs that if they ban you, you'll climb up the leaderboard. You probably shouldn't provoke the devs. It's already bad that you're cocky enough to insult other people, especially the user Went when he says that I'm just a tier 5 and I'm garbage, which is representative of your clan again. But when you start attacking the devs and you start provoking the devs, you've already provoked the community. You've been doing it for weeks. The community has already responded. It's not good for you to provoke the devs. You should just keep it to we're sorry, we won't do it again. Don't say, hey, we're sorry, but we didn't do it, but we're sorry again. And by the way, devs, if you decide to do anything, it's not really going to matter. That's really not a good argument. It's not really representative of the demeanor that you think that you guys represent. So this is the last time I'm probably going to address this Inori thing. If you try to deny any of this stuff, then I will upload hours of gameplay, literally hours of you guys match dodging on Fluxer for live feed, which hundreds of users have been witnessing for the past 3 weeks. That's why you've been able to gain rank. And it's unfortunate that you've done this where Yo Mama was ranked 2nd on overall leaderboards, and because of you guys not match dodging, because you guys thrown matches away, he's now ranked 5th. That is an atrocity. It is disgusting. I don't accept your apology. However, I do agree that we should all move forward. I recommend the community to continue recording your games just in case this happens to you. The devs, take cheating very seriously. Even if you ever saw me do it, record it. You know why? Because you'll never see me do it because I'm not a slime ball. We're not talking about you letting go one hunter at the end of the game. Nobody cares about that. We're talking about you deliberately throwing matches. That's the problem. So, with that being said, I recommend the community always record their games, and any cheating, whether it's Inori, which you have cheated, sorry, but it's out there. There's so much footage. There's literally hours and hours of footage of your entire clan doing this. Not 230 members, but more than 20 or 30. I can assure you that. Maybe I shouldn't throw a specific number, but we've seen the match dodging like crazy. I recommend everybody to record your gameplay and make sure that this doesn't happen to you. And I really hope that the devs take certain measures to make sure that people like you are not cheating. One of the things that I think we should recommend to the devs is to remove avatars during the matchmaking process so you cannot coordinate as well. I know you guys use Discord, so you can just say, hey, are you in a match? Oh, you're not? Okay, let me dodge this. But if you really want me to, once again, I will upload hours of match dodging that was deliberately planned between the hunter and survivors. Don't test me on this because I assure you the gameplay is all on Fluxer. Hundreds of people have seen this over and over for the past 3 weeks. Don't pretend like this is something new. Don't pretend that only 2 people in your clan have done this. And it's very interesting to say that you have punished them. I wonder how you have punished DS when he's one of the leaders of your clan who is in the first video. And if you don't believe me, I can release the unedited raw footage so you see his name in the gameplay. I actually tried to protect his identity when I first released that YouTube video, and I tried to keep that only between me and the devs, but because of this rampant lying and you call me slanderous, now it's me that has to defend the integrity of the stuff that I am telling my fellow friends in this game. I don't call them fans, I call them friends. So yeah, so that's a garbage apology. Next time you should probably do a better job. You're disrupting people's gameplay. And for those who don't remember, this started because 2 clans I'm not part of either, started arguing, and they thought that I was part of T100 because T100 essentially said Perswayable has destroyed your top hunter plenty of times. I don't know why they said it, but they did, and they got really mad and they took it out on me. I just hope the Inori clan understands that. I hope that you're competent enough to know that if any fan, friend, or player references my name, I'm not responsible for that. I'm responsible for my own actions, for the things that I do, and you shouldn't punish me for other people referencing my name. You guys are skilled players. I will leave it at that.